Hallo und herzlich willkommen, liebe Planet-Coaster-Freunde. Ich bin der Zapp zur Zusammenfassung des ersten Livestreams der nächsten Phase der Alpha-Version mit dem Titel, der Livestream hat den Titel Shared Vision und wir machen das so, ich werde die interessantesten und tollsten Sachen aus diesem Livestream einfach zusammenschneiden. Wir lassen die Jungs jetzt sich gleich erstmal vorstellen. Den gesamten Livestream findet ihr in der Videobeschreibung als Link. Da könnt ihr den euch nochmal komplett auf der Seite von Planet-Coaster anschauen. Wir legen los.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Planet-Coaster Livestream. We have an absolutely information-packed stream for you tonight with some very, very cool tidbits and videos to show you as well about some of the changes coming in Alpha 2. Now, today's live stream is titled, as you can see down in this corner over here. Oh, sorry, I'm pointing to something weird down there. It's called Shared Vision. Shared Vision, we're calling it that because, of course, a shared vision with you, the community, our players. It's been absolutely incredible. We've seen your feedback on the forums. We've been reading all those comments and questions. I mean, these guys have been through absolutely every single question that you've been putting on the forums. They're on the forums all day. I mean, you should do some real work, really, shouldn't you?
Yeah, we should get back to it.
Rather than go on the forums. No, that's not true, of course. They're very good, hardworking people. So let me introduce my very special guests today to take us on this journey down the path. See what I did there. To hype, onto the hype train.
Yeah. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo. All right, so do stick around because we, of course, have some giveaways as well throughout. We've got some videos to show you, some, little tidbit announcement type things as well about the stuff that's coming to Alpha 2. And what else do we have? Well, I'm sure you'll find out. You'll just have to wait and see. Of course, this is part of a series as well. This is part one of a sort of mini-series we're doing on the run-up to Alpha 2. And this one is covering a lot of the stuff like how we reacted to your feedback and reprioritized things, paths.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff about paths, which is something really exciting.
Crowd reactions, that's very exciting stuff. So let's get on with the show anyway. So to my right,
hello,
your left, yes, is Rich Newbold, producer. What does that mean to be a producer on Planet-Coaster?
So I help the team make the game as good as it can be. So I'm there to solve problems, help people get their work items on lists, a lot of boring project management stuff as well.
It's never boring.
And I'm just always there as a shoulder to cry on as well. If anyone's just, a bit
I've
weepy.
cried on your shoulder
a bit weepy.
Times.
I'm always there.
Great. And of course, to my left, we have Andy Fletcher. Are you an Andy or an Andrew?
I'm an Andy
these
days. Yeah,
these days. I like it. I used to be an Andrew, but now
I switched.
We're friendly enough for that. Okay, and you're lead designer.
That's right. Yeah.
So what does that involve?
Myself and the rest of the designers, we help to spec out all the different features in the game, define what's in the game and how the different features of the game will work. Work with our fantastically talented artists and coders and the UI team to actually make these things real, continually feedback, iterate on things, balance simulatory things, and make the game as fun as possible.
So it must be quite a rewarding thing to do, working on something like Planet-Coaster and having a lead design job on Planet-Coaster. Right?
There's so many different elements to this game that you're always doing something different, and you work with so many different experts in their fields and specialists. It's a dream.
Excellent. Yeah, essentially they find the balance of, I can spend one day playing with the creativity tools, the landscape, the paths, and then the next day I'm reading flowcharts about simulation and things like that. It's always different, and that's great. And not to mention, that's not even talking about all the coasters and the rides as well. So
fantastic.
It's such a deep game in so many different areas. It's really exciting to work on.
And
Man merkt den Jungs richtig an, wie viel Spaß und wie viel Freude die am Planet-Coaster haben, oder? Er sagt, hey, das ist ein absoluter Traum, an dem Spiel zu entwickeln. Und das merkt man im Spiel natürlich auch an. Ja, wie viel Liebe zum Detail, wie viel auf kleine Feinheiten geachtet wird. Jetzt schon in der Alpha-Version. Ja, und das ging jetzt noch so ein ganz klein bisschen hinher. Und die haben noch ein bisschen erzählt, bis dann sich das erste Thema ein bisschen rauskristallisierte Crowd Reaction, also die Besucherreaktion im Spiel Und ich würde sagen, wir schauen mal wieder rein.
Yes, do note as well, it's important for us to say this is work in progress.
Right.
Do your work in progress
Ongoing.
bit, go on.
That's right. So this is a good little sneak peek of some of the stuff that we're working on, but it's all open to being refined and tweaked and perfected. But I think it's cool that we get you guys to see some of the stuff that we're doing as we're doing it.
Cool. So let's bring that up here now. Again, you're going to hear me clicking around and using my. I'm doing this live, everybody. We're dragging these videos across live. So let's have a look and bring this up.
So on the video, you can see the full part when it gets, and now as opposed to goes past, they're reacting as it goes past, which is. And this is them reacting to.
So that's a ride nearby that's just been opened.
Oh, you can see them opening around it too.
Yeah, so eventually there'll be a visual indication around the ride entrance at that point that the ride is now open, ready to queue. And the guests who kind of see that and they're not in the middle of doing something overly pressing might actually kind of tend towards that ride a bit. So they'll see it, the grand opening, and they'll go, oh, that ride looks cool. I'm gonna change what I'm doing and head towards that one. So it's nice the way it kind of folds in on the simulation a little bit. You know, these reactions are genuine reflections of what the guests are thinking.
Also hier sieht man natürlich schon eine deutliche Weiterentwicklung der Charaktere. Ja? Die hüpfen und springen und freuen sich und jumpen durch den Park. Ja? Und hier vorne geht ein Pärchen vorbei. Ist schon cool.
So many more videos to show you today. Sorry, all leading in. All leading back. So many more videos to show you
so
today.
excited, you just want to get in there.
Yeah, we'll jump up. We are in the park, look, even though the green screen is picking up a lot of light, so sorry about that.
Things that people already.
So, dann sind die Jungs noch auf eine Zuschauerfrage eingegangen, auf eine von mehreren, aber diesmal ging es um das Thema Hardware, CPU und so weiter. Schauen wir mal rein, was die gesagt haben.
Great stuff. And one last one from Rich for this section, and then we're going to show some more videos as well.
Gazelle. Okay, this is where I'm going to. Okay, Gazelle on the forums.
I
Gazelle?
wonder if it's a real gazelle.
Gazelle? Oh.
Just imagine a gazelle.
Asked about will CPU usage be improved in this update? Now, I
specific
outsourced. Very specific, and I outsourced this to a very talented and smart coder to help me out on this. So we've designed Planet Coaster's tech to really push the powerful CPUs as much as possible. So some of you guys have really impressive machines that have these powerful CPUs, and what we've done is we've designed it so the game will use your idle CPU power to do some of the crowd simulation and things like that. So with your big machines, bear with me, I might lose myself here, it's using all of that usage. So for you, when you look at it, it looks like it's using all your CPU power. What it does is scales. So if you don't have a powerful CPU, it does the simulation less frequently.
Okay.
So it's different. There's a difference between CPU utilization and being CPU bound, and the work it does is low priority. So the game, more important work done by the CPU gets prioritized over this. So it looks like it's using all of your CPU, and it is because, but for good reasons. And it will scale. So there's a good reason for that, and we're going to spend time as we go through the project optimizing the game, how much CPU uses CPU as we go, because that happens during games development. So there is a good reason for it, and yeah, don't worry. Don't Origin Dutch. I know you were scared, but there is a good reason for it, and it's not a bad thing. But yes. So hopefully that will answer the question from Gaz.
Yeah, no, definitely. I told you it would be information heavy today. I didn't know that it would be about CPU usage heavy.
Vakilis says that the CPU power directly impacts the frame rate. According to this very smart guy, he says it doesn't. It's a very minimal impact on the frame rate, the CPU usage.
Quote, very smart guy 2016.
Yeah.
But you did a good job of relaying that information, Rich. Honestly, you got me pumped about it.
We will find out tomorrow when I see him, and we'll see how he reacts.
You messed that up.
So if you're just like, oh my God, Rich.
No, it's great. Thank you.
So yes.
Thank you so much.
Right. You know, I can do
Dann
so
kam der
much
Punkt,
more
wo sie auf das neue Wegesystem eingehen. Im Moment geht es in der Alpha ja nicht so gut, das Wegesystem. Es hackt und backt. Ich war total gespannt, was die alles Neues eingebaut haben.
No, in fact, we won't do that. Stop your coughing.
Sorry.
Stop being ill. If you could talk us through, or you could both talk us through what's going on. I think probably Andrew, Mr. Fletcher is probably more tuned to this one. But
okay. So one of the things that obviously you do a lot with parts is you add facilities Now, in Alpha 1, you couldn't really do this very well.
Well, I'm
because
just turn down the volume 1 second so people
Sure.
don't get, so you don't get, there you go.
So these adjacent buildings wouldn't always connect to paths. In fact, they would quite infrequently connect to paths. So this is an example of how close you can get your connections in the current build of the game. And you know, it's basically it connects as you would expect it to connect. So if you're too far away, then it won't connect. If you're close enough, it will. And you can put these filters all down in a line, and they should all connect. You know, and it's just a good test of the kind of improvements that are going on and continue to go on to make the path connections that much more robust. And I think we're going to see some paths getting threaded through some of these archways here.
This is great.
Again, it's just enabling some of the kind of detailed work that people want to do with these things. So, you know, that may not have been a valid connection point in the Alpha 1 build. You know, it was always, you kind of often have to go where it wanted you to go. And now it's like, well, okay, I want to build off at this angle at this particular point, and the game lets you do it. So yeah. So incremental improvements, iterative changes.
I love Silvera. Of course, Silvera's the expert in this. He straight away said, "I see new pieces. I see new pieces." Has he spotted some new pieces?
Are they new pieces? I lose track. Honestly.
He probably knows all of the pieces off by heart.
But it looks like people are agreeing with us that is so much better, and I think it looks so much better, and people think that's improved. And this is just the start, everybody, of more things that we're bringing in. This is Alpha 2 stuff, and it's still Alpha 2, and this is pre-Alpha 2. So like, it continues to blow my mind with the level of commitment that you guys put into sort of improving this and looking at what people said and really, you know, just
we can't stress enough. This stuff is going to keep on getting better. You know, as the alphas roll by.
And we do have more videos as well.
So another thing that people asked for, and it's something I was asking for, is that video about.
Is that video right there?
That video there, Ed?
There we go. Let's this. A man uses a computer. The live stream.
Yeah.
You ready? You ready?
So I was a big advocate of making it faster and easier for people to, once they put a path down, to change the style and look of the path. I think it's something Andy wanted as well. So we have a video showing you how, now in Alpha 2, you'll be able to change the path texture without having to delete it. You just change it.
As so.
So this path already has a texture on it, it has a style, and now you can just click on top of it with a new one, and it will just change it for a different one.
Ever such a simple tweak, but again, a part of the many changes that are coming through that make Alpha 2 an awesome update. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. And again, we are focusing on this sort of thing and including some more guest reaction videos as well later on, but talking more about paths today.
Also das sieht ja wohl mega genial aus, oder? Also endlich gehen die Anschlüsse da, wo man sie hinhaben möchte, kein rotes Feld mehr, wo man sagt, oh, geht nicht, ja, sondern der schiebt die Anschlüsse einfach dahin, wo er sie hinhaben will, und alles geht irgendwie. Also absolut cool. Dann kam die Frage nach Treppen, und da fand ich die Reaktion total cool, aber schaut mal selber rein.
Okay, great. I mean, I'm going to talk about something now. Stairs.
Stairs?
Stairs. 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 We have got some questions about stairs, right?
Oh yeah,
what do you think of stairs?
They're necessary but tiring. Yeah, so Guardius again and Vampiro has asked about stairs on the forums, and we are doing stairs. They will appear automatically when you angle your paths to slopes.
Yep, when you're at the highest elevation, slopes will turn to stairs.
It was something we wanted to do. It's done.
But unfortunately, we don't have anything to show you on that today. Only joking, yes we do. Let's show the video.
In fact, just before
go ahead, sorry.
So this video actually shows a bit more than that. So
yes, it does, yes.
It does show the highest elevation turning into stairs, but we're also going to add...
It shows you extra things.
Extra things. We've added an option to allow you to curve your slope paths and your staired paths. And this will show you a rather lovely example of a curved stair.
Let me find the right one first, of course. There we go. Right, I've got the video. Again,
Is that the right one?
It is the right one.
It is.
There we go.
Lovely stuff.
There you go. You've got some curving around and up, so this gives you a lot more flexibility. It means you have the similar level of flexibility in elevated paths as you've got when you're building on the floor, which is pretty cool. There we go.
Here's what I did earlier.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. It was the wonderful Luke Ritson. I do have to give a shout out to Luke for spending time making.
So there you go, curved stairs, and it's amazing how much difference it makes. Adding the stairs to those.
Kind of encourages you to start building lines and things in the sky. Give your park more verticality.
So people seem to think it's cool,
good.
and that's really nice to see. Let's watch it.
So, a lot of the live streams, a lot of people have been asking about water. We will have a water system in the game. I don't have more details as to when it will be in, but we are.
But it's working on it, right?
We are working on it. There will be water. More details will come later on. Not in this live stream. It's in the next few weeks as we keep going towards release. There will be more information about water, and it's something we are going to be doing.
Fantastic.
So thank you all for asking repeatedly about the water.
But you can stop now.
So yeah,
no, awesome. Yeah, somebody did it.
And it was going to be awesome. Like all the other creativity, it's just going to be really good.
I think it looks fantastic. Yeah, and this is an obvious improvement already. And again, I think you've seen some guest reactions there. And also actually keep a lookout for some variation as well in the characters already in this. I think a lot of it has not been implemented in this particular build, but so I'll show one more time. It's a nice video. And again, this is just one part of what's going into Alpha 2, and we're going to be going into loads more details about all the extra stuff that comes in the coming weeks. Head over to the forums to see that we've got a schedule of what we're going to be talking about over these next 3 weeks. Do visit there, and of course as well, actually, even more, we've got a Q&A about this content and more that's happening tomorrow night. Yes, at 6 o'clock I think it is, but the thread will actually go live for it on the forums today as well.
Kind of with those animator types.
Oh, is it with the animator types? Oh,
I don't.
What, you're not into the animators?
No, I love the animation team. They're great. I love them. It's gonna be. I'm looking forward to that one. They all these guest reactions and how they move around the park and the rides and the animate. They do such good work, and it really brings life to the game, and it's going to be really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Do you have any more?
Really creative.
Also da muss man ja wohl nichts mehr zu sagen, oder? Das ist ja wohl super gigantisch. Ab einer gewissen Neigungshöhe verwandeln sich die Wege in Rampen und wenn es noch steiler geht, von Rampen in Treppen. Das ist ja wohl super. Man kann die um die Kurven ziehen, man kann sie überall anschließen, die haben automatisch Geländer, die Leute laufen hoch und runter. Also, was will man mehr? Aber sie haben immer noch was im Petto gehabt zum Thema Wege und Anschlüsse und da gucken wir jetzt mal rein.
I'm going to pause it. Oh no, it's too late. I've ruined the surprise.
It's a reasonable default, but if you hold down. If you hold down the Z key from Alpha 2 onwards, you'll be able to create these cool kind of angled junctions at different acute angles. And they just create a really sort of smart, sharp look, allow you to do Y junctions. And if you build out that way, you can also build back into the path, hold down Z, and you will, again, go from a 90-degree angle to a slick kind of straight angle.
Yeah,
like that.
So you can see this slight.
You can't see exactly where he presses it, but you can tell that's much smoother than you were able to do. So this is kind of fun, because I tend to use this all the time now.
Yeah,
all my joins are Z-enhanced joins, path where you want to, rather than going, I'll create a kind of curl around.
But having the options great, because I think was it a left brain person. I like things to be very organised. Left brain or right brain? Where I like things to be I actually like the organised straight paths. So I like the T junctions, but it's also great to just be able to have that sweeping junctions.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Let's play that. What I love is that people seem really, really like to love this in the chat, and that is awesome to see. That
we love it in the
are
office as well.
It's just great to see that people are as excited as we are to get this stuff, this seemingly simple stuff, but it all adds up to just making the tools that's much more impressive, and the things that people are going to make and create in the game, and it just feels more natural and feels easier to use. So you add all of these little things together that we've just shown today, and maybe I'll put a little playlist up on YouTube with all the path changes as well to show, so people can look after, so they don't have to dig through these three men talking about stuff for an hour and a half or whatever it is, an hour. Sorry. It's just again a testament to you guys, you two here sitting with me, and everyone else on the team, not
okay.
just you two,
Not just
are committed to making this absolutely cheat codes in the
Ja,
future.
und somit steht unserem freigestalteten Wegebausystem eigentlich überhaupt nichts mehr im Weg. Also jetzt kann man wohl mit diesen Anschlüssen und mit diesen schrägen Anschlüssen alles machen. Aber eine Neuerung hatten sie noch im Wegebausystem, und zwar diese hier.
Fair enough.
So, I have something I'd like to talk about.
Okay,
It's back to paths.
this is serious.
But it's something that once we saw it was an idea someone had, and it was an internal idea. And once we saw it in game, I loved it. And it's called natural paths.
Natural paths, everybody.
And I really like them. We have a video.
paths.
Natural paths.
So,
So
so let's set this one up.
when you put a path down, you choose the texture, the style of the path that comes in. There's some people we found on the art team were in the art leads were faking paths for staff using the terrain system, and we wanted to try and use the similar style where you just wanted a path on the terrain for guests to walk on without the path tile. So
Yeah.
natural paths allows you to do that. So you can
Let's do
you can put a path
Take a
down
look.
without a path, kind of.
I think it's probably best to show.
Oh,
it in
there's a reason
action.
that videos do the talking and not.
No, you're doing
Definitely.
such an amazing job. Everybody give some love to Rich Newbold. Well, I try and expand this live.
So yeah, so this it will
Oh yeah.
paint the landscape for you slightly as well. There are options to not do that. So
And you can actually see there in the bottom right.
there are options for you to just put the curbstones along the edge,
Yeah.
and it now means that guests will work along that.
Yeah.
Work along that? They will walk along that. Suddenly made all the
They
guests
might work along it
workers.
too. Yeah.
But if you, as you can see, you
Also
can
you
also
can take
overwrite
that as well.
existing
Yeah.
ones, so you can create a real feeling of kind of going off piece there. And also, if you just create the one that doesn't have auto painting, that means that when we have more sort of textures as part of the terrain and landscaping tools, you can paint these paths however you want, and you can make your guests walk on the surfaces that the terrain has.
Yeah.
And it makes the best of the path system, because our paths undulate over the terrain, and I think this is really where that comes into its own, because they're walking over the natural undulations in the terrain.
Yeah, and look at people just loving it. And it's so good because it's exactly right.
Yeah, I loved it as soon as I saw it as well. It's wonderful.
I just think it looks beautiful, and like you said, when we're going to be talking about this more in future live stream over the next couple of weeks. But when you've got the sort of look at that curved, that's a
We have curves.
beautiful. Look at that! Wow, Luke Ritson, the man who made this video, has outdone himself on this one, hasn't he? Hold on, is that?
So I was going to say something. Ed, stop distracting me.
Sorry, I'm distracted you with
So
it.
people have been asking about
Go
the terrain tools and that.
Yeah,
We will talk more about that stuff later on.
Go on.
So, never mind, you just- yeah, so
I
the-
want to
the-
watch that one more time.
The terrain tools
Yeah.
will get discussed more, I think, in a future
Yeah,
live
so
stream.
yeah, I got.
Das war die letzte Neuerung, die sie im Bereich des neuen Wegesystems gezeigt haben. Anschließend kam noch ein kleiner Film, der die neuen Wege und die neuen Besucherreaktionen so ein ganz klein bisschen einfängt. Auch den werde ich hier nochmal eben im Anschluss abspielen lassen. Ich bedanke mich recht herzlich fürs Zuschauen meiner kleinen Zusammenfassung des Livestreams. Wenn ihr den Original-Livestream noch euch mal anschauen möchtet, in der Videobeschreibung findet ihr den Link dazu. In der nächsten Woche wird es einen neuen Livestream auf der YouTube-Seite von Planet-Coaster geben mit dem Schwerpunktthema neue Gebäudeelemente und das Terraforming. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen, würde mich freuen, wenn ihr in der nächsten Zusammenfassung wieder dabei seid. Bis dann, euer Zapp.